Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are at KTM Park Street, Kolkata for the KTM Duke 790 launch. And also, my friend is getting this bike, so this is a delivery video.
हम लोग कैसे सिनेमैटिक लेते हैं ये देखो ट्रॉली
We lose ourselves in the spirit of things. We lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Yet you keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Of things we know.
Hey guys, now we will look into the bike. We'll talk about some of the things. I think you've already seen the reviews, but here goes. Wanted to start with something unusual. This motorcycle comes with a steering damper. That is, when you ride a higher capacity motorcycle with a lesser amount of weight, only 169 kgs dry, about 187 kilograms of weight. What happens is there's a tank slapper thing that happens, especially on higher displacement motorcycles which are lighter. So all sport bikes come with it, but none of the motorcycles in this segment have a steering damper. So congratulations to KTM for providing a steering damper, which is basically a feature which is reserved for super sport motorcycles. And we will be now moving over to the basics. The engine is a 799cc parallel twin, and this is KTM's first parallel twin engine. And the only reason they moved away from their usual platforms of V-twins is because they wanted to create something which is very compact. And as you can see, the motorcycle, though it's an 800cc bike, if you take a look at the entire bike, it's very compact. It does look like a premium motorcycle. A lot of people are talking about the motorcycle looking like 390, but I think only non-enthusiast will think that it's from the 390. The front end with the headlamp is very much close to the 390, but the resemblance kind of ends there, because the moment you move towards the side, the massing is a lot more and it looks like a much bigger bike. The exhaust is in a higher position. But moving back to the motorcycle, yes, the 799cc parallel twin engine, which is producing 105 horsepower, one of the best power to weight ratios in this segment, comparable to the Street Triple S. We have a huge sculpted tank, but it's a lot of plastic in there. It's not a huge fuel tank, and as you can see, for touring purpose, for a motorcycle that will not deliver huge mileage, I wish the tank had a better fuel capacity. Now moving on to some of the other features, yes, we're going to talk about the electronics of the motorcycle, and it's all customizable here, much like the 390. It does have an LCD display, but the LCD is a much higher quality than the usual version. And you have traction control, you have motorcycle ABS, which is a cornering ABS, and everything is managed by an internal gyro system. So very liter bike level electronics and everything. That traction control is, you can select modes. It is, I believe it's an 8-way traction control, which is available to change between the modes in the race mode. And it has 4 power mapping modes, which is the road, track, race, and all of that. And when you move back, the tires are from Maxxis, and Maxxis Supermax 180 rear section, I believe 180 or 190. Brakes, a lot of people have been talking about this because it's branded KTM, but it's from a Spanish manufacturer called Jejuan. They have made brakes for Mojo, which weren't that good, but obviously for this bike, I believe they have done a good job from the reviews I've seen. Obviously the 43mm upside down forks, same spec as the 390, but these are not the same same forks, because that's also 43 millimeter, but this is a different unit built specifically for this bike with the same diameter. So don't get confused that it's the same bike forks that's from the 390. The mirrors are probably the only element that is a direct fit from the 390, and maybe the headlight as well as this switch gear looks like the same thing that we have on the Duke 390. Apart from that, everything is brand new. And when we look at this bike, obviously very much muscular, dual paneling. There is a gap here, like slight gap, that is intentional, not a fit and finish issue. They have twin tank scooping designs bolted on. A very aggressive concept bike like look. If you look at the entire motorcycle, it's very much like a concept bike. Textured feel, very grippy, and the pillion seat also has the same finish. I could say that there's a lot of cushioning, and KTM has managed to put usable pillion seat. So a lot of naked bikes did not have that, and I believe for India spec version there is a nice handrest as well on the motorcycle, which I feel was not there on the European spec bike. Obviously the ugly looking sari guard, which I don't want to mention, so we will pretend like we didn't see it. Now frame sliders, a lot of riders buy it. On the Indian market it comes with these crash bars or cheaper version of frame sliders, but having owned a Duke, I know that they are pretty good. When you look at the clutch and brake, a lot of riders spend extra money to use adjustable clutch and brake systems, but on a KTM you get standard adjustable clutch and brake, which is great. This is the headlight flick switch obviously, and the engine kill switch, starter switch, and everything is right now together built into one unit, a minimalist design. Obviously always on headlights, so you cannot turn off the headlights, which has been constant for quite a few years right now. LED headlamps, tail lamps, indicators, everything is LED on this bike. Now all that remains is to go out there and ride this bike and talk about how this works on the real road test. So I hope you guys enjoyed the short overview and the delivery video of the KTM Duke 790. We'll be back on this bike, ride it, so subscribe for that video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the first ride impressions, and later when the bike has done its first 1000 kilometers, we'll take it onto the highway for a full review. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Do hit that subscribe button, and sorry for being absent from YouTube for so long. I'm back and I'm here to stay. This is Rahul. Goodbye. Bye. So it's a wet first ride for the KTM Duke 790. See you on the next video.